And hello, my fellow nerds. This is Oracle Nerd here, and welcome back once again to our Wonderland. Uh, a bit of news. I kind of nicked myself while I was shaving my face earlier, but I'm doing all right. It's just a tiny cut, but it's not like any big deal. But it's healing. So, anyways, we're here at our Wonderland. We happened to run into Gidget. We're at the bar slash hotel right now. I guess it's sort of a hotel bar of sorts. And we were just gonna rest in the bed when we hear a knock on our door. Anyways, there's a knock at the door. I grimace, but somehow it's not like I didn't know it was coming. I swing back around reluctantly and slide my feet back into my shoes. Coming, I shuffle towards the door, fumble with the doorknob, pull it open. Gidget's shy smile greets me on the other side. Hey, I say. Hey, she says back. Sorry, I mean, is it okay? I just wanted to talk. Oh, sure. I moved to the side so she can come in. She walks to the middle of the room and looks around. These rooms are nice, yeah? I stayed in one of my first couple nights here, before everyone prepared that place for me in town. Yeah, it's nice. I stand in the doorway, unsure what to do, then finally decide to slam my way towards the bed. I perch myself on the edge, expecting her to take the chair in front of the desk. She sits next to me on the bed instead. I don't move. My feels like it's frozen in place. Pretty crazy, right? All of this? Yeah, to think that this place we went to as kids still exists. Heck, they always existed. I think part of me tried to write it off, chalk it as the kids being kids, make believe and all that. Yeah, I know what you mean. I lean forward and perch my elbows on my thighs, hands clasped. But it's real, all of it. The- And it's given us another chance. I haven't been looking at her. At this point I turn. Her gaze is pointed out towards the ceiling, as though trying to peer past it and straight into the stars. Has it though? Another chance? Um, has it though? Or another chance? Another chance? Another chance? What do you mean? She brings a hand up, curling a lock of her hair behind her ear. I don't know. Just have you ever felt like maybe you should have done something differently? I say so, tapping my thumbs together. That maybe if you've been smarter or been more courageous, or really fought for that thing you want, that maybe things would turn out differently. I run a hand through my hair. I think probably everyone feels that way to an extent. Yeah, I guess. There aren't any do-overs in life. I laugh. But I don't know, maybe that's why this feels so significant to me. The world's way of giving me a chance to change things. She looks over at me with this. Her eyes are slightly strained. There's a sort of longing in her gaze. I can't decide if it makes me curious or uncomfortable. You're gonna stay down here then? Her lips curl in an embarrassed smile. No, I mean, just for a little while is all. Besides, it's given me good practice. Modeling, I mean. I've had so many shoots down here, my confidence feels through the roof. By the time I head back, I'll be a pro. There won't be an agent anywhere I can't impress. That's great, yeah. Her smile twitches. You know, I thought you'd be happy for me. What do you mean? Am I not pretty now? I've got a whole fucking village telling me I'm beautiful. Her eyes flash. I said it with a start, lips pressed tight. I mean, I think you're gorgeous, but I always have. Her face softens, melts. I can almost see her eyes start to quiver. Really? A red flush spreads across her cheek. Is that true? Beads of sweat begin to break out on my forehead. I wipe them away as I run a hand through my hair. I mean, sure? She looks down at her lap. She brings her hands together, plays with her thumbs. Iggy, There's actually something I've been meaning to tell you for a long time. My stomach is starting to flip flop again. Oh, really? What's that? She looks away shyly, then turns back, curling a lock of her hair around her finger. Well, well, considering where we are and all that, maybe I should just show you. I blink confusion. What do you... Before I can finish, she moves forward, eliminating the distance between us. Her hands go to my cheeks and she tugs me down, bringing our lips together in a bruising kiss. My temporary... My system temporarily goes into shock. When I don't do anything, she presses harder, moving her lips against mine. Farting just long enough to let out a gasp of hot air against my mouth before diving back in. Tongue moved, roving and searching and slithering across my gums. The, s- the sweat on my forehead has returned, now replicating itself across my neck and back. Her fingers slide against my cheeks, work down to my throat. As she follows with her mouth sucking and licking down the length of my neck, she moans into my skin. Gidget, I don't think we... My lips are trembling. My whole body is trembling. I suddenly feel incredibly cold. Tendrils of icy electricity making my nerves and muscles jump. I don't like this. I don't like this. Please don't. But her hand is already roving. I can feel it descending across my chest, my stomach. They reach through the denim of They reach the rough denim of my jeans. Tears spring across my eyes. Gidget, stop! She doesn't stop. She moans against me, sucking down hard on my neck. Gidget, stop! I finally wrench myself away, half falling off the bed in the process. My body's shaking uncontrollably now. Gidget, however, can only look at me in shock. What's wrong? What is it? Did I do something wrong? I take a moment trying to find my breath. I clench my fist to hide my quivering fingers. No, I just, I rub on my face. It's not that I don't like you. I do. Heck, I could even, I don't know, love you maybe? If it came to that, I don't know. I bite down on my tongue. But I can't do that. Do what? I sigh my own confidence in forming words and turn my gaze towards the ceiling. That! It just, it makes me really uncomfortable. Maybe I just need more time. I don't know. She sits quiet for a moment, still. Then she sits back. I see, she finally says. So that's how it is. I turn in confusion, but Gage is looking away now, gazing off towards the far wall. How what is? That's just your way of saying you don't want to be more than friends, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, shut up. You like me, but you don't want to fuck me? Is that it? What? What man doesn't want to fuck a girl he likes? I sit back up, but on the bed, writing myself. My voice seems to crack with every word. I said maybe I just need more time is all. I I'm honestly really confused too. I've never really been in this situation before. I don't really know what's wrong with me. Stop with the fucking excuses. The sharpness of her tone catches me off guard, and I quiet instantly. The temperature of the room feels like it dropped about 20 degrees. Her shoulders are hunched, her voice quiet. It was just too much to ask. It was just too much to ask, wasn't it? What was? I whisper. Even after everything I've done, a, a chill bends and curves its way down my spine. But this one little thing was just too fucking much, wasn't it? She spins back towards me, pulling her face. Her face is different, contorted. Her lips pull back into a snarl that seems to stretch her entire face. Her pupils like pinpricks in her sunken sockets. Gidget! I fly backwards. But Gidget's already crawling towards me like some kind of spider, her face twisted and warped. Guess you were just too good for me. Was that it? You're pure, pristine... Jesus. Too good to put inside of me? She grabs a chunk of my hair, tugs it, twists it. The pain is like a spark of electricity running across my scalp. My eyes immediately go blurry with tears. She yanks me across the bed. I go down hard enough that even a soft mattress is enough to knock the wind out of me. I try to sit up to get away, but I only manage to turn around on my back before Gidget is on top of me, slamming her seat down into my stomach as her hands fix find my throat. Gidget! My voice strains against her tight grip. I'll never be good enough for you, will I, Iggy? She snarls, leaning forward until her full upper weight is sent to the top of my throat. Maybe no one is good enough for you. Is that it? Perfect little Iggy? I can't even form words. My face My whole head feels like it's about to explode from the pressure. I can't breathe. She stops for a moment, her scowl softening. And the glances around the room, gaze stopping at the desk. Her smile returns. She slides off me in the bed. I instantly desperately pulling air into my lungs. My head spins. I bring my hands to my throat in futile attempts to relieve the lingering pain. I hear a door opening. Footsteps. They at the creak of the bed. By the time I head clear enough to open my eyes and register what's happening, Gidget is looming over me. This time with a pair of long scissors in her hand. Gidget! My body moves on instinct at the sight of the blades. I jerk forward, reach out, attempt to pull myself away, even through the haze of pain. But she's on top of me again, heavy weight on my chest, a palm to my forehead, rushing me down, forcing my head into the mattress. Perfect little Iggy, too good to fuck anyone. I can think of something you won't be needing then. I, I can feel her hand on my stomach, then on the fly of my pants. She starts tugging on it. Shout for help, fight back. Okay, honestly, I genuinely forgot what I have to do here. I genuinely don't know what I have to do. Um, what? Didn't I have to shout for help? No, wait, I'm pretty sure shouting for help got me killed before, right? I don't know. Oh, wait, no. I think if we fight back, we're gonna die. So I'm pretty sure I have to shout for help. Shout for help. Shout for help. No doubts. My only hope is if someone hears me. Help! I push through the pain crawling in my throat, voice croaking. Help me! Louder this time. Help! Her hand leaves my forehead just long enough to reel back and slap me across the cheek. My head shoots to the side so hard I see stars. I see inside my face burns like it's on fire. Oh, shut up! There's no one here to help you. She's still struggling to get my fly open with one handed, but she's finally managed to wrestle the button loose. She smiles, fingers rolling over my boxer briefs. At that moment, a slam rocks the room and the door flies open. What the fuck? Genzo stands in the doorway, slack-jawed. Her gaze goes from Gidget to me to the scissors. Genzo! Leave us alone! Gidget's voice is a demonic growl, deep and low, echoing off the walls. I'm not sure what goes through Genzo's mind at that moment, or if anything it does at all. It happens so fast. Oh, hell no! I hear him bellow. They, and then he's charging at us, charging straight at the bed, straight at Gidget. She doesn't have time to react. His hands hit her straight across the middle. The force of the impact sends her flying. It slams into the window behind her, shattering the glass instantly. Oh, yep, just as I remembered it. Her body lands halfway across the frame, hard. There's a nauseating squelch as the jagged shards of glass still protruding from the sill impale her from behind, jutting up through her chest like bloody daggers. I don't move. Genzo doesn't move. We both just stare at her limp body, hanging halfway out the window. Her dress soaked and clean through, red, so much red, is dripping off the glass, running down the wall, pooling on the floor. A strange sound rumbles in my chest. It goes louder and louder until it bursts from my lips as a groan that buzzes and whirs in my throat. I scoot back along the bed, away from the window, until my back hits the wall. Fuck, Genzo said quietly at first and louder. Fuck, 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 fuck. I bring my hands to my face, my knuckles to my eyes, clenching them shut, trying to block out the scene in front of me. What do I do? What do I do? Come on, Genzo! Genzo is smacking his head with his palms. Some loud moves downstairs. Tables and chairs creaking and toppling, sliding and grinding footsteps on the hardwood floor. Genzo twists towards the doorway, darts into the hallway. We got a big fucking trouble on our hands, Ziggy. His voice shakes. I don't think I don't think they like that we killed their idol. I watch him take a step back, then another. Then he leads back into the room. Just before he manages to slam the door closed, I catch a glimpse of a person. If they can be even called a person. Their skin was gaunt and gray, and their eyes were puffy and red. They claw at the door. I hear low moans, and the door shakes and rattles beneath their nails. We need to get out of here, I say with a shudder. No shit, Sherlock! Genzo glances furtively around the room, but even I know that the only exit is the window. I push myself shakily on my feet. There seems to be more of them outside the door now. The scratching is intensified. Genzo climbs out over the bed and over the window, peering around Gidget's body to ascertain the situation outside. There's an overhang below. I think we can make the jump. But Gidget... Genzo winces, his breath hitches in his throat. I'm sorry, Gidget. Then he loops an arm around her pelvis and pushes. There's a crack. There's a crack and a snap of remaining glass breaks. Then another push all the way this time. It sends shivers sliding out the window. She disappears over the edge. I hear a thud from outside as her body lands on the overhang. Come on. Gizzo reaches her hand towards me. I look towards him, towards the window, then back towards the door. That door isn't gonna last long. Gizzo jerks his hand and growing in desperation. The door is in question is literally shaking now, lurch after lurch sending it rattling through the hinges. I bite down my lip and dart towards Genzo. It's at that moment the door gives. It was a horrifying slam that sends the door flying backwards and bounces out the wall. Ooh! Oh, wait a minute! Okay, wait, they look kind of different actually. Wait. I remember back in the older version they looked way different than this. This looks really cool. And then the bodies come pouring in. There's so many of them. They crawl and lurch and moan like zombies, all of them with skin pulled taut across their bones, and eyes sunken pink. A whole pile of them spills over and through the doorway as they clutch and crawl over each other to get inside the room. Gizzo wastes no time. He grabs me around the waist and braces himself and leaps. Shoulder first, he breaks through the remaining glass of the window frame and he goes rolling out to their side, taking me with him. We hit the overhang hard. A second later, the whole thing buckles beneath us, and we go clattering into the ground below with a shower of board and shingles. I lay there for a moment, waiting for my ears to stop ringing and my body to stop screaming. Then push myself to my feet, careful to avoid any errant nails and broken wood. Genzo grows next to me. He nurses his shoulder as he sits up. Fuck my life. But our lives are about to get even more fucked. The groans are loud above us, and I glance up to see Gizzo's rabid fans reaching out and groping out through the window. Some of them are already attempting to pull themselves out after us. The situation is not much better on the ground. More gaunt faces appear around the corners and nearby buildings, lifting and dragging themselves across the once cheery cobbles. Genzo, what do we do? I hiss. Fuck. He lurches to his feet, clearly in pain. But he pushes through it, eyes clearing and gaze sharpening as he looks around. Then finally, come on, I have an idea. He takes off. I yelp at the sound of the body falling behind us, then quickly follow. I'm not sure where we're going at first. Oh. We're on the corner. Genzo jerks backwards at the approach of another swarm clawing, reaching hands. Other way! We quickly reroute our opposite road, circling around a set of buildings and just narrowly avoiding the convergence of two more packs. Then straight on. Back in the main street, groans, moans, and guttural screeches filling the air around us. The pier! We're headed towards the pier. Past the bakery. Past the cafe. Then one more bend in the water appears, dark now, but lined with white bobbing boats. That blue one! Genzo shouts, pointing somewhere towards the left. But everywhere now is spilling out of the alleyways, but falling out from windows to splat against the ground. All of them are lurching and reaching, bones creaking, eyes oozing. We race to the edge, and I see a little blue sloop from earlier, the sail fluttering in the breeze. In! I don't even stop. I take a flying leap off the side of the pier and land against one of the boat's seats so hard I swear I lose consciousness for half a second. Gets there behind me, the boat sloshing in the water as he comes tumbling on board. Hand to my head, I push myself back up. Wait until my double vision recedes. I can actually make out the pier and the body swarming our way. Genzo, the rope! I try to walk forward, dizzy, wobbling. I got it! Genzo latches onto the rope, keeping the boat tied from the pier. The knot is tight, and when he can't wrestle it loose, he resorts to simply yanking and jerking and tugs at it that sends shudders through the boat's frame. They're getting closer, almost to the water now, like a hungry wave spilling over the edge of a bucket. I bring my hands to my hair, clutching the curls, then frantically begin searching the boat for anything that might free us from the rope. There's a pile of rigging, a flare gun, a couple of spare boards. Finally, underneath the front of the overhang, I find a small toolbox. And in it, God almighty, a rigging knife. I snatch it up and fly over towards Genzo and begin hacking at the rope. The individual fibers snap one by one, agonizingly slow, but it's working. I raise my hand for an extra punishing swing, only to find it caught midair. I look up to see my wrist ensnared by a set of grizzled gray fingers. I scream, jerk back. There's suddenly more of them. They're crawling forward off the edge of the pier, groping and clawing at my arm, face, and hair. Oh yeah, this was in the alpha. There's three, four, five sets of fingers wrapped around my arm now. I feel like I'm about to leave the ground. They're pulling me back. Genzo! I scream so loud that my vocal cords rip. Genzo wraps his arms around my waist, digging his heels into the side of the boat. Let him go, you fuckers! Pain shoots through my shoulders and upper arm. They're gonna rip it off. I start to hyperventilate, heart beating out of my chest. I wriggle, yank, swat desperately with my free arm as they pull, and pull. But even more are latching on, forming a bridge of flesh from the pier towards the boat and allowing them even more things to crawl across. I can feel the fingers digging into my hair and my scalp, scrape at my eyes and cheeks. Gizzo groans behind me and the pressure on my midsection builds as it clings onto me tighter. Fuck, fuck, fuck! He jerks backwards. And this time, the force is so great that it sends the boat reeling backwards and the final remaining fibers of the rope snap. The boat breaks free and the zombies lash onto me to get pulled off the pier and into the water. I nearly go with them. Probably would have too if Genzo hadn't locked his legs around the other side of one of the boat's seats. I feel the arms loosen and fall away. I use the new freedom to bat frantically at the ones that still remain. Finally, the last one loses its grip. I watch the thing sink down in the inky blackness outside the boat. So all I can do is sit there and breathe, to not collapse right then and there. My knees feel like twin piles of goo. My arms or fingers tingle with swirling numbness. Genzo unwraps himself from my waist, sliding backwards down to his rear end. Jesus. Follows suit, standing shakily on one of the seats. And I'm sitting there as I'm breathing and shuddering and taking it all in. It hits me. Tears flood my cheeks, like a river leaking down my face. My shoulders rock, chest gasping, mucus oozing down my lips. Can't stop it. It's like someone flipped a switch, and now there's no going back. Genzo pulls himself up next to me, wrapping an arm around my shoulder. Cry it out. Just cry it out. He gives my shoulder a firm squeeze. And that's exactly what I do. Oh? We float across the water all night. We try to stay awake at first, patch ourselves up, remain vigilant. But the wiry tendrils of sleep are quick to descend. I curl up my head in a pile of rigging, hugging my arms to my chest and hoping to all things holy that when I wake up, I'll be back in my bed. And all this will have been nothing but a horrible nightmare. But it's not. When I creak my bleary eyes open again, I take in the sun on the horizon. All I see is a wide swath of blue as far as the eye can see. We take more turns rowing with the spare boards lying at the bottom of the boat. I'm not sure if this does anything, but I'm not sure if this does anything, but it at least feels more productive than sitting here twiddling our thumbs. My voice is still hoarse, my throat raw. Gezo tells me my neck looks fine, but his look of concern betrays him. I must look awful, especially with all the scratches that I can feel stinging my cheeks and forehead. I can't imagine Genzo feels much better. I catch him rubbing his shoulder when he doesn't see me looking. We would speak about what happened. That would make it too real. Instead, we sit mostly in silence, rowing, resting, watching the sun rise overhead, then begin to slow descent back down. The sky just started to turn a soft shade of pink when Genzo makes a noise. Oh, he points in the direction we're floating. Spires on the horizon. Land! I smile in spite of myself. Thank fucking God. We both set we both set to rowing anew. We both set to rowing now, anxious to be back on the solid ground despite the fear of what might await us. Nothing could top what just happened at this point. Right? Right. The floating spires turned out to be attached to a castle. A large castle. And as we rode closer, it looms all the larger. Soaring walls, giant towers, twisting walkways, and glittering red peaks. Surrounded by the outside of a wide moat, and even further out by the red and orange roofs of a small castle town. Genzo whistles between his teeth. Quite a hunk of architecture. Was there ever a castle here? I asked softly as I feel myself becoming much, much smaller in its shadow. Don't remember, but that's not saying much. I chew on the inside of my cheek. There's no flashes of memory here, not like back in the village. But we are quite a ways from the cottage now. We might never have even come out this far before. There's a scraping rumble beneath us. The boat slows to a stop. We've hit land. There's no dock or pier here. Instead, the lake simply glides up against the bank, almost like some kind of grassy beach. We hop out of the boat into the ankle-deep water, dragging it the rest of the way, not wanting to get swept back into the water, lest we need it for another quick escape. My feet squish inside my shoes. It's getting pretty dark now. I'm not too keen on walking around this place at night. Maybe there's a place to shack up in town. Gezo was rolling the legs of his pants back down around his ankles. I simply nod. A soft place to lay our heads where would be a welcome respite at this point. So he'd lead us up the hill in the direction of the buildings we saw earlier. It's not far. Already I can see what looks like fishing shacks just up the bend. Past that, a cobblestone road leading to the town proper. I found my head in the open door of one of the shacks. No one there, and no one traveling the road either. It's almost eerily quiet. Ding dong, anyone home? Genzo knocks on one of the doors. He shrugs at the lack of reply. We follow towards the road to what seems to be the center of town, more and more buildings lingering on either side. But even here the paths remain empty. The windows of the buildings are dark. The only sound is a fountain in the middle of the square, tinkling. I know I've got a bit of a reputation, but I didn't think it was that bad. This feels weird. I think it's pronounced fucked up. I look to the left. Two buildings that look like stores sit silent and motionless. Hastily scrawled closed signs hang askew from the doors. I look to the right. The dark windows of a small cafe stare back hauntingly, its outdoor seating area devoid of life. I'm gonna try something. Andrew covers his hand around his mouth and takes a deep breath. Genzo, no! I hiss and grab his arm. What? You should think a look of confusion. But suddenly, for some reason, making a noise seems like a really bad thing. The whole back of my neck is tingling. I turn my head, straining my ears. Footsteps. Marching footsteps. Far away, but now getting closer. We need to hide. I probably yanked Genzo off towards the gap between two nearby buildings. We hunker down in the shadow with our backs to the wall, waiting and listening. They're close now, in that rhythm, sharp and methodical and perfectly in time. I already know who it is that's going to appear from around that building. A battalion of rabbits marched into the square two by two, ears jouncing, eyes twitching, and the boots smacking the ground in harmonized cadence. Jesus, I hear Genzo whisper beneath his breath. I press my back even tighter against the wall. The rabbits come to a synchronized stop in front of the fountain. It's not the same battalion as before. That much I could tell. Their leader, at least, doesn't seem quite as jumpy. The rabbit in question proceeds to procures a folded sheet of parchment from within his armor and folds it, coughs, then squawks. Chanticleer Ellens, you're hereby under arrest by order of the king. You are to surrender yourself peacefully. Failure to do so will be understood as treason to the crown, and we will be forced to use whatever means necessary to detain you. Another cough, he lowers it. He lowers the paper and looks around. The square is still empty. He scowls and rolls his eyes. Search the houses. He belts and returns to the paper with to the slit of his armor. Their rabbits set in motion immediately, each of them darting off towards a different house. They don't even bother knocking. They slam the doors open with their shoulders and disappear inside. Their frenzied stomping is soon mixed with frightened yelps and screams. There are people inside. I go, clenching my eyes shut. But that just makes it even more terrifying, so I open it back up and gaze drifting shakily between each of the open doors. A high-pitched scream bites through the air. Found her, sir. One of the rabbits emerged from the house on the other side of the square. His hand is clenched in the long blonde hair of a woman in a brown dress. He's dragging her out in sharp yanks that that punctuate her screams. Excellent work, Sentry. The lead rabbit marches over in two crisp steps. He slides the paper back out and unfolds it. Coughs. Chanticleer Ellens, you are hereby under arrest for the order of the king. You are to search. She screams even louder, on and on. Even from as far away as we are, the sound of it jabs my eardrums like a knife. The lead rabbit stops and sighs. Just take her in. She jabs a thumb. He jabs a thumb in the direction of the castle. The sentry salutes, then drags her kicking, squirming body across the cobblestone. Doors slam around us as the rest of the sentries abandon their search and return to formation. They're heading back. My chest begins to loosen. Over here, sir! It takes to realize that the shouts coming from right behind us. I turn as just one of the sentries bunts Genzo at the butt of his spear. Genzo yells and rams into me. We both go sprawling down to the street. Two suspicious-looking individuals hiding over here. I tend to push myself to my knees, only for the sentry's boot to come down hard on my back. Well, 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 what do we have here? The lead rabbit muses. I hear him march towards us, crisp and methodical. Up, he gestures. Before I can wonder what he means, the sentry has grabbed both of our backs by our collars and heaved us off the ground. Practically, my shirt digs into my throat. My arms are flung up at either side like a chicken about to take flight. I try to kick to fight. I really do, but my feet don't even touch the ground. All I manage to do is further cut off my circulation and is already tender neck as I swing. Lead rabbit grabs me by the chin and wrenches my head upwards. His fingers bite my jaw and cheek. Interesting. He twists my head to the right and the left. Then lets my head drop unexpectedly as unexpectedly as he grabbed it. He moves on to Genzo. Genzo just grins. If you wanted to play rough, all you had to do was ask. I always did have a thing for bondage play. This rewards Genzo with a backhanded slap across the face, and he yelps. Shut up. But something must catch the rabbit's eye, because his ears go straight as lightning rods. He grabs Genzo again and jerks his head the other way. This one. This is the one His Majesty is looking for. The rabbit smiles, laughs, grin reaching towards his ears. Sir? The sentry holding us asks. Then with a squawk that makes my ears ring. Bring them in. Lots of them. The lead rabbit lets Genzo's head fall and clasps his hands together, clearly tickled pink. We'll be eating well tonight, gentlemen. Sir, the sentry tries to salute, but then realizes he can't as his arms are full of, well, us. And simply strains it instead, clinking his heels together. Back in formation, the lead rabbit screeches again, and the sentries are quick to get back in line. Our sentry follows. Just when I'm wondering if we're going to be carried like this the whole way, the world turns upside down as I'm tossed like a sack of potatoes over the sentry's shoulder. My forehead smacks at the backside of his armor with an audible clang. Once my head stops spinning, I glance over to see Genzo draped over the shoulder of another sentry. It's all I can do is throw a look of helplessness as the march begins anew beneath us, taking us towards the castle and whatever or whoever awaits us there. Well, this can't really be good. Ooh, the shiny marble floor of the grand hall welcomes me to the castle with a crack to my jaw. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this video here for now. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!